Welcome to InteliDOX. This video will demonstrate how to perform clinical information reconciliation, which is the process of comparing healthcare information from an external source to information that's already in InteliDOX and deciding what information to keep in InteliDOX. Information that's been sent to your practice by another provider, a healthcare system, or a personal health record, such as Microsoft's Health Vault, will usually come in the form of a CCDA file. CCDA stands for Consolidated Clinical Document Architecture, and it's just a standard way of listing basic healthcare information, such as allergies, medications, and problems, as well as details about those items, like the dates on which medications were first prescribed or problems were first diagnosed. InteliDOX can receive CCDA files as attachments to direct messages, which are secure email messages. You can view your list of direct messages by clicking the External Messages link over here in the Alert window. Click on the line for the message you want to view, then click the link here in the Attachments line to open the attached CCDA file. As we can see from the message at the top of the document, InteliDOX has automatically matched this CCDA to an existing patient account. To begin importing allergies, medications, and problems from the CCDA into InteliDOX, click the Import button. InteliDOX will display the allergies, medications, and problems from the CCDA next to the information that's already in InteliDOX. By default, information that's marked inactive or expired in the CCDA and is not present in InteliDOX will not be imported. If you'd like to import it anyway, you can choose to import it as active if it does still apply to the patient, or inactive if you just want to record it for historical reasons. Information that's present and active in both the CCDA and InteliDOX doesn't need to be imported since it's already in the chart. Information that's marked active in the CCDA but not present in InteliDOX will be imported with an active status by default, but you can override that and import it as inactive or not imported at all, if appropriate. Medications from the CCDA can be imported as external medications, with either an active external or stopped external status. Meds that your practice has prescribed and that are still active will not be affected. If you need to make changes to those medications, for example, to mark an active prescription as stopped, use the Med screen as usual. You can change the status of external medications that are active in InteliDOX to Stopped External from the Import screen if you want. The problem list works the same way as allergies and medications. Problems that are marked inactive or resolved in the CCDA aren't imported into InteliDOX by default, but you can choose to import them. You can either let active items be imported as still active, or you can choose to not import them at all, or you can change their status. If you want to import problems with a status other than active, you can use the resolved status for conditions from which the patient has recovered. The archived status should generally be reserved for problems that should not have been added to the patient's chart at all, for example, if the wrong patient had been selected, so you typically would not choose that option when importing from a CCDA. When you've reviewed all the information and made any needed changes, click the Next button. InteliDOX will display a summary of the allergy, medication, and problem information as it will appear in InteliDOX after the import is complete. Items that will be marked inactive, stopped, or resolved are shown in gray. If you need to make any changes, click the Back button to return to the Import screen. Otherwise, click the Apply Changes button to update the information in InteliDOX. When you see the Import Completed message, close the CCDA window and the list of direct messages. If you check the Patient Summary screen for the patient whose CCDA you just imported, you should now see all the data you just imported with the statuses that you chose. If you have any questions about clinical information reconciliation, please send us email at support@busynet.com or give us a call at area code 918-858-4440, voicemail option number 2.